In this video, I'd like to discuss the difference between a tap and a splitter. Now I've chosen an 8-port for this example, but there are taps that come in 1-port, 2-port, 4-port, 6-port, and 8-port. With a splitter, we have a 2-port, a 3-port, a 4-port, a 6-port, and an 8-port. But we're going to use the 8 as an example. They're used for different purposes. So let's say that I had an RF source being a modulator. I would connect it up into this 8-way splitter that's here. The frequency range on this particular splitter is 5 megahertz through to 2400 megahertz. And the signal would be split evenly across these ports, the output ports. You can see it doesn't have anything connected there like my tap does. So it's a similar looking body, but they perform very different. The signal is split equally amongst these ports as it runs through. So you would use this typically in a domestic environment or in a commercial environment when you are at the end of your trunk line. In a commercial environment, this is where you would use a tap. Say, for example, I have a floor in a hotel and I have my RF feed coming along. It comes into this input port at a very high signal level, say over 100 dB. This particular tap is a 16 dB tap. Now taps come in various dB drop-off levels. So depending on the tap, you need to make sure that you choose the right amount of ports as well as the correct amount of dB loss. So let's say, for example, that I come in at 100 dB over here. I will lose 16 dB going out of this port here. And the same with that, and the same with that, and the same with that. But my 100 dB would go through my tap and continue down my trunk line. Obviously, there's a little bit of a loss going through the tap, as well as cable loss and connector insertion loss, things along those lines that you need to take into consideration. But what this is designed to do is to keep large amounts of signal running along a trunk cable and then drop the signal levels down so that it can run through to apartment 1, apartment 2, apartment 3, etc., etc., etc. And you can build very big systems that use taps and will work quite efficiently as opposed to running splitter into splitter into splitter. This is not how you build a commercial network using splitters. You need to be using taps. So just to recap very briefly, you need to make sure that you choose the correct amount of ports on your tap corresponding to the amount of rooms that you need to feed. And you need to make sure that you choose the appropriate loss level on the tap. This one is a 16 dB tap, but they come in various amounts so that the signal being received by the apartment or the room is at the appropriate level, taking cable loss into account. If you guys have any questions or comments, or you need some help designing a network, just get in touch with us and we'll do our best to help you. Have a wonderful day.